Hi, welcome to Cloud Institution. Today we are going to discuss Azure Question Answers Part 8. So let's move on to first question. This question is a part of series of questions that present the same scenario. Each question in the series contains a unique solution that might meet the stated goal. Some question sets might have more than one correct solution, while other might have a correct solution. After you answer this question in the section, you will not be able to return to it. As a result, these questions will not appear in this review screen. You have a Azure Active Directory tenant named constantcom. You have CSV file that contains the name and email address of 500 external users. You need to create a guest user account in contos.com for each of the 500 external users. Solution. Find from Azure AD in the Azure portal. You use the bulk create user operation. Does this meet goal? Option A, yes. Option B, no. Find the correct answer. So the answer is no, because the provided solution does not meet the goal because the bulk create users option does not support guest user creation directly. Instead, the bulk invite guest user feature should be used. So let's move on to second question. You have an Azure Active Directory tenant named contos.com. You have a CSV file that contains the name and email address of 500 external users. You need to create guest user account the contos.com for each of the 500 external users. Solution. You create a PowerShell script that run Azure, that is new Azure ADMS MSI invitation CMD let for each external users. Option A, yes. Option B, no. Find the correct answer. So the answer is yes, because this solution does meet the goal as it correctly creates guest user account in Azure AD for external user. So let's move on to third question. You have a Azure subscription name subscription 1 that contains a virtual network name VNet1. VNet1 is a name resources group named RG1. Subscription 1 has a used username user1. User1 has the following roles: reader, security admin, security reader. You need to ensure user1 can assign the reader role for VNet1 to other users. What should you do? Option A, remove user1 from the security reader and reader roles for subscription 1. Option B, assign user1 the user access administrator role for VNet1. Option C, assign user1 the network contributor role for VNet1. Option D, assign user1 the network contributor role for RG1. Find the correct answer. So the correct answer is option B, assign user1 the user access administrator role for VNet1, because assign user1 the user access administrator role for VNet, because when adding a custom domain to Azure AD, Microsoft requires DNS verification. The support DNS record types of verifications are. So let's move on to fourth question. You have an Azure Active Directory tenant named contourscocloud.onmicrosoft.com. Your company has a public DNS zone for contourso.com. You add contourso.com as a custom domain name to Azure AD. You need to ensure that Azure can verify the domain name. Which type of DNS record should you create? Option A, MX. Option D, NSEC. Option C, PTR. Option D, RRSIG. Find the correct answer. So the correct answer is option A, MX. Because when adding a custom domain, that means contour.com to Azure AD, Microsoft requires DNS verification. The supported DNS record types of verifications are MS most voted, but TXT is a preferred method. So let's move on to final question, that is fifth question. The question is part of the series of questions that represent the same scenario. Each question in the series contains a unique solution that meets the goal stated goal. Some question type might be have more than one correct solution, while other might have some correct solution. Have you answered the questions in the scenario? You will not able to return to it. As a result, the quiz questions appears in the view screen. You have an Active Directory tenant named Adam and Azure subscription named subscription 1. Adam contains a group named developer. Subscription 1 contains a resource group named dev. You need to provide the developers group will be ability to create Azure Logic app in this dev resource group. Solution. On subscription 1, you assign the dev test lab user role for the developers group. Does the meet the goal? Option A, yes. Option B, no. Find the correct answer. So the correct answer is option D, no. Since Dev Test Lab users does not provide the requirement permission for Logic app, the solution does not meet the goal.